Hey everybody, so I'm coming to you not quite live with a little application video. I know that can be sort of intimidating when you have never tried putting on the Color Street nail strips and you want to practice a little bit. So let me take you through the steps. First, you want to file your nails. I do that ahead of time. I happen to love a glass file. The feel of the glass file is awesome, and it also has a pointed tip so you can get underneath. It's really a helpful tool. So that is number one. Also, you always want to file in one direction. So never go back and forth, just go one direction and lift. After you file, you do want to push your cuticles back. So I have a rubber cuticle pusher, or you can use a wooden cuticle pusher or just your thumbs. Get your fingers wet, use your thumbnails, push all your cuticles back. You do want to get those cuticles out of the way because if you put the nail strip on it, it can lift. Okay, and it's not going to make a really good seal. So after you do all of that, you're going to go wash your hands. I wash my hands with Dawn dishwashing liquid. It cuts the oils down and gets rid of any kind of grease or residue that's there. So I always do that if you have it. And then our next step is going to be your alcohol prep pad. So we're going to rip it's regular rubbing alcohol. So if you just have some, in a bottle and a cotton ball, that's fine. So you do want to wipe all of the fingernails that you're going to use, and I tell everybody to also do your fingerprints because you're going to be touching the nails. Okay, so we get that all nice and clean, no residue. Keep this to the side. Okay, our next step is necessary for some people and helpful. So I've got a couple of strengtheners here, and this is a rubberized bonder, which I have not tried yet, but some of the girls are raving about it. And this is just a Sally Hansen thickener for your nails. So one of the problems that can happen with your nails is if they're really thin like mine, they will bend a lot, and the more they flex and bend, the more your polish could tend to develop some cracks in it. So if you're going to put a strengthener on, I also have nail teaks that I happen to like as well. Let it dry for an hour before you try to put your strips on. Next, we have our nails ready to go. I'm going to bring this down here a little bit. Okay, so here I've got a bunch of Artusi samples. Okay, we've got solids, we've got glitters, we've got nail art. I think I'm going to, I'll try this one today. All right, push these guys out of the way. And our strips are 100% nail polish. They are partially dried. They are base coat, color, and top coat all in one. So I'm just cutting this open. There's also a tab that you could just rip open, so that's fine. Whatever you want to do. We're going to take the strips out. And these are called Tusi samples, or we use them as accent nails. So they're pretty much sized for what would be one of your middle fingers. So don't panic if you get this and you're like, oh my gosh, it's not big enough for my thumb. These are likely not going to be big enough for your thumb, unless maybe you could do it sideways if your nail is not too long. So if you smell it, it smells like real nail polish because it is real nail polish. Okay, so here we've got our Tusi sample. I'm going to break them apart, okay, and decide what finger you want to start with. It is recommended that you start with pinkies and then move toward your thumbs. We always save our thumbs for last so that we can use them as a tool. So this I'm going to put on, that might be a little bit big for that pinky. It's a little too small for the ring finger. Also, when you are sizing, you want to be sure that you account for the curve of your nail. So you do want to kind of put it down on top and make sure that it's going to fit left and right. So I can probably get away with this one. I'm going to start with my weak hand because I'm a righty, so I just want to show you how to do it with my left hand first. So you'll know that you can do it. Okay, So here, I'll bring you a little closer. We have our strip. First, we're going to peel off the purple tab. Okay, purple tab is there. We're going to peel that off. Okay, that's our protective layer. And then we have the silver strip here. Okay, silver strip. So plastic came off. Now we take our silver strip. We pull that silver strip off, and this is your polish. Okay, that's your polish. Now I like to hold it like a T, so I'm gripping it near the bottom. Okay, I like to hold it near the bottom. I'm going to put the camera down a little bit here. Okay, so I also recommend putting your hand flat on a surface. If you need to go near the edge of the table, that's fine. Okay, I'm going to grip it, and I'll move it a little closer for you guys. You want to get just above the cuticle without really going on the cuticle. Okay, so it's a little bit stuck right here, which is good. If you don't like the positioning of it, you can gently and slowly peel it up and then reposition. Okay, that looks okay. So I'm going to rub back and forth at the bottom of the strip. Okay, then push up the middle and then go to the sides. Okay, so bottom to the top. And you can be a little bit forceful with this step. Now, some of the other videos will show you to file this off, but then you're wasting the rest of this strip. So I either cut it, or you can use your thumbnail, and I'm going to curve underneath. Okay, I'm going to let that strip curl underneath, and then I'm just pressing with my thumbnail underneath. I'm going to break that off, and now I have the other half. I can pull the tab off. You can pull the tab off before you start, or you can wait. Okay, so here's the tab, and now I can do my other nail with this half. So I'm going to get right above the cuticle. I'm going to move it over a little bit. Okay, anchor that down, rub to the top, and you'll see that this one is a little bit wide, but we're going to fix that in a second. Okay, so that one's a little bit wide. Now, I do want to introduce you to one of my favorite tools. So this is a rubber-ended cuticle pusher, but I love it for rubbing the strips down, especially in the corners. Okay, and down by your cuticle, it does a really good job. So you'll notice that I really didn't treat the ends yet. So we're going to rub those down. And then I'm going to make sure I grip. I'm kind of pinching toward the middle. And then if I have any, I don't know if you guys can see that, so it's a little bit curled over onto the under part of the nail, that's fine. I actually like doing that to get it under the tip of that nail just while it's curing for about 30 minutes. If you can hook it around there, it will stop the shrinkage and you won't get like that little white edge. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing here, and I don't have to save the rest of this. So now I'm just going to pinch it, okay, and then curl it over. Okay. And if you can, we do want to keep the edge of that nail covered. So I'm going to take my thumbnail, go underneath, okay, and break it. You can also use, I like the angled part of a wooden cuticle stick. So you can push underneath with that to sort of score it. And then just take your nail, take that off. And now we do have a little bit extra on the left and right. So again, you can use the rubber cuticle pusher for that, Or I'm just going to take my thumbnail now and push down and kind of score that strip. I can peel that away, and I can also use the wooden stick here. I like to use the angled side. Okay, so I'm going to push down, kind of perforate that as I need it, and then take my thumbnail, peel that off. Okay, and again, if you have some over the edge, that's okay, it's not a problem. I like to give a little finishing touch down here with that rubber cuticle pusher. Okay, and so here I have a nice, fast, glittery manicure. So that didn't take long at all. Again, you do want to let it cure for about 30 minutes and don't get it wet while it's curing. The best time to do your nails is right before bed. So do your bed routine, clean and wash your hands, and then go ahead and put your strips on and go to sleep, and they will cure while you are sleeping. So, that's a pretty darn good, manicure for just a couple of minutes. A lot of people wonder if you can put a top coat on. Yes, we actually sell, I'm out of it right now, but we sell a strip called Clear as Day, and it's a clear strip that I can actually show you because it's in our Tuesday samples for our manicures, for our French manicures. So I'm going to open this guy up. Okay, so we also have French manicures, which is so easy. I guess I can show you that real quick too. This is our Clear as Day strip, but if you have a favorite top coat, you can also use a liquid top coat. So I've got two of them here, Essie Gel Setter and Sèche Vive. I'm sure I'm not saying that right, but these are two really good ones, and they're thick and they dry fast. It's really awesome. So if you're curious about a French manicure, let's do it. All right, so here we have the curved edges, and these are actually clear. So I'm going to see what finger would look good and what size. So I think the smaller of the two is going to be what I'll need. So here we go. I'm going to size that up here. I'll bring this down so you can see it. Okay, so again, we peel the purple clear protective layer off. These want to static cling and stick on everything. We can peel the polish. So this is our white polish. We have that nice curved end. I'm going to put my finger down on a surface. Decide, how much of the white you want to be on your nail. So some people like it a little deeper, some people like it a little thinner. Once you have a shape and a size that you like, we're going to rub that down. And again, you can be kind of forceful with that. I'll take my thumbnail and perforate underneath. Okay, and I can save that for the other side. Okay, so again, I will treat the edges. I can use my rubber cuticle pusher, kind of rub that down. Your thumb works really well, thumb and fingers, okay? And I have a little bit curled over, that's okay. I can use my thumb to just kind of push that and curl that underneath, okay? So there's my white tip, looks pretty good so far. And now I will take my Clear as Day, which comes in the French Manicure packets. And I think I need the bigger one for this. So peel the protective coating off. We peel this back. Okay, and you can see that this is totally clear. I'll bring it up here for you. Okay, so that's my clear. You can peel that tab off. And then I'll bring you back down here. Okay, again, try not to handle it too much if you can. So now this is going to go right over the whole thing. Okay, so that clear goes on top of the white. Okay. And I don't really need to save this other end, so I'm just going to do the pinch method because I'm not going to be saving that. Again, tuck underneath. You can use the orange cuticle stick, the wooden cuticle stick, or your thumbnail. Okay, peel that off. Okay, and I like to use the rubber cuticle stick to just push that down underneath. And then the next morning, I can take my file, if that bothers me underneath, and I can file away what's underneath. So the fit was pretty good. I do have a little bit excess on the side, so I'm just going to take that thumbnail. That clear strip was a little bit thicker than I needed. Okay, and voila, there is my quick, fast French manicure. So not bad. One of my friends does this during her duty-free lunch period. She does her nails and it looks totally awesome. So you've got a glitter example, you've got a French example, and yeah, I hope that was helpful. So if you're nervous about trying them, don't be nervous. Your stylist and or I can get you some samples that you can practice with. So it's good. I always recommend practicing with the samples before you try a full set. And my little pro tip is my personal opinion. I think the glitters are a little bit more forgiving than the solids. So this one was really nice and stretchy, and I didn't have to pull on it very much. If you experiment first with a solid, they're gorgeous and they're fine to use. They're just not quite as stretchy. So for the beginner, it may be a little bit more frustrating. So if you can try with some kind of glitter sample, it just may build your confidence a little bit. So, all right, we got a French manicure, we've got glitters. These go on your toes or your fingers. So we even have pedicure strips that you can put on your fingers if you want. We have any of our regular finger strips that can go on your toes. All right, and we've got lots of beautiful ones. So I hope this has been helpful. My last tip is some stylists recommend saving that alcohol pad and rubbing the top after you've put them on. They say it helps to set them. I've tried to do this and I think it's great. I've never had any trouble using that alcohol pad again for the top. So yeah, all right everybody. Thanks for watching. I hope that was helpful and we will chat soon. Let us know what you need. Thanks. Bye.